Hey, Cadet Boucher, RC Bashibor, how are you doing? CLSRC, Lone Cronish. Sorry if I messed that up. So today we're going to be talking about the Molotow marker. So this is going to be interesting. Well, I think it is. I've been using this and with pretty good success. And I'm going to be painting, and I already did a little bit, doing the second coat on this 3D garbage can that I got. Hey, Arlo, how you doing? Garbage can that I got from the LED wheel. So, and we're going to talk about him also and about what he does. So, how you guys doing? So basically, this is the garbage can. The first one he actually did for me a while back. Ooh, go over here. So on this one, he actually put the Tank RC and he actually put his website there. And we'll go through his website real quick and what he can actually offer. But I want to talk more about the marker on this one, but real quick what he does. And here's a tire balancer, so you just put your tire on it, and it's not a real one, but it's perfect for a scale garage. Like you put this on your scale garage, and this is a small one. It's a 3.5 or 3.6 tire, so on a 1.9 beadlock. So this is a small tire for tiny tires. I like tiny tires. Another thing he does is kind of cool. He does do cabinets that you can put in your scale garage. There's vise. There's tables that he can do. There's a whole bunch of different stuff he can do. So real quick, let's go to the web page. This is the web page, the TLW3D that he's got. Over here you can find a lot of different parts to buy actually the file. These are to actually buy the files or actually buy the printed stuff. I think it's just the files. So you can download them and print them yourself. So and then he's got a little example of how they go. Lots of interesting stuff. And also you can go to the LED wheel on Facebook and find out and ask for particular things that he actually prints. He does a lot of other videos on YouTube and all that. So a lot of cool 3D stuff. But what I want to talk about today is Molotow. They do all kind of stuff. They do paint, they do mask, they do a lot of different things. One thing I've been using for quite a bit now is this thing. This is the liquid chrome marker. For years now, for about a year or two now, I've had the 1mm. I just purchased the 4mm. And let me tell you, I like it because it turns out pretty good for the chrome, and this is something that you paint on pretty much any surface that you can think of. And they do give you a little bit of example. Here's doing it on a bottle. Here's a liquid chrome. Here's doing it on model trains with a stencil. You can actually do it on boots. Here's a flower pot. I've seen balloons, different drawing that they have it on balloons and things like that. So it is a little rough for the mirror finish, but I believe if you polish it after you're done, there is actually ways to actually do this a little bit better. But I've done this one pretty good in the sense that this is rough, pretty rough, the print on top. It's not equal, so there is some ridges. I didn't bother sanding it. But this is the second coat I've done on top here, and the ridges are pretty much gone on it. Hey, KBRC, I'm going to be painting this more liquid chrome. So on top here, I did a second coat, and they do have ridges on here. And here also, I've done the chrome on it for the first part. So basically, when we do events, this is going to be sitting on the table. And I want it to pop. I wanted people to see that we sell 50/50 tickets. Last time I believe it was like $79 I think we gave as a 50/50. So thank you very much for the people that came to the event. And also what I want to try to do is I do have my 1mm. I want to try to get off to the side a little bit to actually do it on the side. The O, I started doing it on the O and it turned out not bad. So I want to show you guys a couple things. Let's go to the top camera. And this is the this is pretty black on black. This is the 1mm and 4mm. So basically what the big difference is, the tip of these. And you can see one is very pointy and the other one is not. So this is a 1mm tip and this is a 4mm tip. So when you're doing fine details, I've actually did my hot rod with this one. So basically, you close it up and you got to shake it to move all the chrome in there. So, hey James, how you doing? So now what I want to do on here is actually do a second coat onto the chrome I've previously did, just so that it fills up the gaps or the little ridges that's on there. And you can tell here it's really rough. So just by putting a second coat, it's going to smooth out everything. And I was going to check if I was going to do the side of it. It'd be cool. It would give it some depth, but I think it might be a little tough to do. So I'll try a little bit. I did try it a little bit in the front. It turned out not bad. These are pretty easy to do. Again, if you push on it, you're just letting the paint out, and it makes it easier to actually paint. You're just spreading it around. So it becomes like a big marker. And again, if you let it dry, this one I let it dry about a day or two, and you can see it's nice and chrome, and now it's actually becoming a little bit bigger and a little thicker because I'm putting more chrome onto it. And you can basically do that on anything. I've done it on my hot rod on the light buckets that I have on it. So I've got some axial light buckets that are black, and I've chromed this with this marker with actually the 1mm, and it turned out pretty good. The 4mm would even be better because it just spreads it some more. And what's really neat with it is that once you spread it, it does kind of make a little bit bubble, but when you let it sit, it actually flattens out as it dries. So now the first 50, the 5 is done, and you can tell that there's a lot of ridges, so there's a lot of reflection on these. But now the 50 there on this side is pretty good. So we're going to do this one also. I want to pump, so when you pump, it's actually the whole tip that actually goes in. And then you can just spread it around. Again, some spots here are pretty rough. It is a 3D print. It did an awesome job on this. It looks great. And I like that it's actually a little rough because it gives it a true metal finish for the product. Okay, RC Basher Boy, talk to you guys later. Talk to you later. Thanks for the thumbs up. And guys, if you want a shout out, if you put shout out in one word in there, it's going to put a link on your into the chat of your channel, so people can actually go see you and subscribe to you or check what you're all about. So just type shout out in one word into the live comments, and the Nightbot is actually gonna do that for you guys. I have it on, so it actually can do you guys a shout out. So you can tell it's changing quite a bit. In the front, I also did one coat, not quote. and it turned out pretty good, but I think I'm going to go over it for another shot. It's all about the scale and the wow factor when you're doing these little tiny things. And Steph at the LED Wheel did an awesome job on this. And if you guys want some custom stuff or want something done, he is in Canada, but he does ship to the States if you guys need anything. And shipping to the States is not that expensive when you really think about it. It's actually cheaper to ship to Canada or cheaper to ship to the States than it is for us to ship in Canada. Canada to Canada, for some odd reason, is expensive, but Canada to the States is not as expensive, which is kind of weird. There we go. We got the 0 done. There you go. KBRC13 is showing you guys how to do the shutout. You just put shutout in one word and it'll get you up. Hey Joe, how are you doing? I'm just having fun with Chrome and showing different people what the Chrome Molotow does. This is the Molotow liquid Chrome pen. It's like a pump marker, they call it. And it gives it a very nice chrome finish. So this is my second coat. I gave the first coat about 2 days ago. And this is my second coat, and I think it's going to need it because the ridges on these on the 3D print were rough, especially when you paint it. You really notice the difference. But this actually does a very good filler. It fills it up pretty good. Nice to see you here, Joe. Any crawling this weekend for any of you guys, or any street races? Anything going on in your area? There we go. That one's done. Slash is pretty much done. Trying to put more liquid on it so it actually kind of forms a little bubble or fill in the gaps. Starting to be a mirror. Like I said, if you polish it up, maybe I can use my Dremel with a polisher on top to actually see if I can make it become like a mirror finish. That would be a good test for it. But I guess I'd have to wait a few days for it to actually finish, make sure it's completely dry. It does take quite a bit of time to actually dry, and this is highly flammable, so you do have to be careful where you use this, or don't use this while you're smoking. Wouldn't be quite a good idea. Smoking and paint fume is not a good thing. Oh, they are very good. I'm very happy with them, and I actually got my second pen, which is the 4mm. Paints way better now. The 1mm is nice for small little tiny detail, but the 4mm to me is the one to get, especially for big surfaces like I'm doing right now. It's way better and it spreads so much better. And before I actually used these, because this is the 4mm pen and 1mm, and again, the biggest difference is the tip of them. So one is just one tiny millimeter, and the other one is 4mm thick. And they last quite a bit. There's quite a bit of pen in there. And before I actually use these, I was actually using the tester marker. This one is actually silver, so it's a silver argent. It's not a metallic finish, but it does give you a pretty good, nice silver finish on things. So I just put some on my finger here. So it becomes like a marker. It's kind of cool. I've had this for a good 4 or 5 years now, and it's still good. You keep the cap on it, the paint stays nice and sealed, and it lasts forever. Like I said, I have this one for 4 years. But these one, the Molotow Chrome, really gives you a nice chrome finish. I meant to actually bring my hot rod out to actually show you what I did on the mirror, on the light buckets, and it turned out very good. So here I'm just going to shake it a little bit more. It does have a little bead in there, so you can actually hear it go click a click a click a little bit. Hey Brett, how you doing? Nice of you to stop by and watching paint dry. So I'm just repainting, giving a second coat to this for the chrome from Molotow liquid pen, pump pen they call it. If you go back to the link, and I'll post a link in the description. I did not yet, but when the video ends, I will put a link to their website, and also Steph from the LED Wheel, which is the guy that actually printed these garbage can for me. So very good, very cool garbage can that you can put on a scale garage or outside on the trail. So I have two, one for my 50/50 when we do events at Holly's RC Park, and I do have mine, which is the Tank RC. So I am thinking of weathering this one down a little bit, putting some brown spots and things like that on here, or rust, so just to make it look good. It looks good right now, but it looks too new. So I do want it to be to look a little older. Are you gonna go live tonight, today, Brett? And try not to go over where you just went by while it's drying, or else you will kind of screw it up a little bit, because while the paint is drying or while the chrome is drying, it might screw it up or become more bumpy. I am trying it here because it looks like I went a little thin. Oh, even here I can see some, it actually spread and actually went into the groove a little bit, so I might have to do a third coat on this. We'll see. But you can see there this one has pretty rough, and you can see a lot of reflection from the light that comes on this side. But the other one, they're getting pretty much filled up. This is friggin' wide. Pump, pump, pump to get the chrome out. And then you just spread it around. They do have these in spray that you can actually spray with a airbrush. I think I'm going to look into it and see and buy it and see how it actually works. I like working with chrome and doing some chrome stuff. And I've chromed my body before, and that's actually one of my top video, not top, but pretty much on my top 5 is the chrome spastic video that I actually painted my car with. And a lot of people are looking for that one, doing bodies in chrome and things like that. Now this one, I don't know how it's going to react on top of a body for chroming something, or actually doing chrome inside a Lexan. That's another test I should do, is actually put it underneath the Lexan and see how it actually reacts, and if it actually stays there good. So now I'm just pumping a little bit more to let some paint out. And once you close it, it doesn't dry up. It stays, once you put the cap back on, it stays wet for a long time. Like I've had the 1mm now for a good year, a year and a half, and it's still usable. And I put the cap on, I take it off, and I start using it right away. So they do last for a very long time. How's it going to look at outside in the sun, picking up the blues of the sky and stuff? I don't know, but soon, when next event, I'll be taking a video of it and actually see how it actually reacts on the table. One thing you do have to be careful: sun really attracts the light and the UV, And 3D printed, depending what you do, they will become very soft and will bend. So you do have to be careful with the UV and what it does. Like I left this guy in the light a little bit, and the door actually warped a little bit on it. So you do have to be careful where you keep your stuff. I had this on the table, and I couldn't give it away because it's Steph's name for the LED wheel, and I didn't want people to think that he does crap and it's all warped and things like that, when it's my fault. I left it in the sun. So another thing he does is these things. He does tables, 3D printed workbench in 1/10. And this is actually a workable vise. You can actually clamp something in here. See, it's opening up right now. It has a screw underneath here, and everything works. You can actually clamp things down. So it has holes here. Put a little bolt, screw it onto your bench, and then you can use this in your scale garage. It's kind of cool. Steph from the LED wheel. Check the link below. There we go. So that's my second coat right now. So it is pretty shiny. It does reflect the light pretty good. When I turn this and I put the light towards me, it does kind of blind me. It does kind of becomes very shiny. Can I make it even more shinier? Probably good. Yes, the mini vise is cute. So what I'm going to do is give another coat on top here, because to me it's not shiny enough. So we'll go around the letters real quick and make them shinier. It seems that it did go a little bit into the plastic, which is normal for a paint to actually go into it, which is nice. But this is going to make it pop even more when the So Ollie's OC Park is at my buddy's place, Greg Oliver. And Ollie's is because his dad had a Ollie's Men Cave, or Ollie's. He had something called Ollie's before for a men cave. And he decided to keep the same name, Ollie's. So now we have a little RC park close to my house because I had to close down my trail, and we reopened it at his house. So it turned out pretty good. Yeah, I have a farm truck with a wood bed. I'm thinking I'm going to install that, paint that vise a brownish color, and actually install it in the back bed of the wood bed at the back, and make it look even more scale with scale stuff. I'm really liking how the bubbles, how it's actually making it pop on top. It's kind of cool how it's actually curving to the text. Yeah, that looks good. Now these pens are available at your local hobby store. One of them I got at Great Hobbies, and the other one I got here locally at the Orleans Hobby. So very nice pens, and very useful to do all kind of stuff with them. They have different colors also. If you don't want the chrome, you can use different colors for painting stuff, so it makes it kind of very interesting of what they offer. Got to stay within the lines. Hey, RC Nexter, how you doing? I'm putting some chrome with chrome Molotow pen, pump pen they call it. So this is my second coat. I've done one coat 2 days ago, and now I'm doing this coat onto it. And just to make it pop. This is actually a garbage can that Steph from the LED Wheel printed for me. Talked to him about it and showed him his website, and I will put the link back under. But this is for our 50-50 tickets. So when I sell 50-50 tickets, I put them in there, give the other half to the other people, and have fun. So it's becoming really chrome and really shiny on top. So hopefully it's going to pop on the table and people are going to notice that. That's the main reason I'm doing that. Yes, that's what it just popped on my head. Installed on the gate or right at the end of the farm truck. I think that's would be the best place for it. It'd be cool. And I do want to do some modification on it, do some side rails, do some more finishes on that farm truck. So that's the next thing I'm going to be doing is finishing it up a little bit more scale. And actually gluing the hay balls in the back. Having it loose also is kind of cool because you see it bounce around, but I don't have a tailgate, so I think I'm just going to glue them there. Yeah, I'm really liking how this is turning out. There we go. Now I wonder if I should put the edge around here. I could do. It's all glued though. Oh no, it's not. Good. It's actually screwed in the back. So I could do the bottom of it, screw it back on, and do a round, and just do the edge of it chrome. I think I'll do that. Let's take it apart. Oh, if I get the right one, it's going to work better. Now this is a tire balancer from Steph from the LED Wheel. Now, did he put glue on there on top of... I hope not. It's not coming out. Did he glue it? He might have. Darn. Okay, I think he did, but I think he didn't glue the other part on the other one, so... because it seemed to be a bit loose. Let's take the whole blue thing off. I want to make sure I can get underneath before starting this, so... Hey, Barbecue, how you doing? And we have Green Frog also that's there. I want to get some 3D tools to put on this thing also. Wrenches and nuts and things like that. Oh, there we go. It did come off. Great. So I can actually put chrome around the edges and on the buttons. So this is his tire balancer. I did put, I just got these bead locks from Amazon. They are kind of a chrome finish, but it's a soft chrome, which really makes it look nice. I like it. I like actually how they turned out, and it's not too racy, so I should be able to weather them, or the mud once the mud is on it. So basically you put your tire on, close a gate, and then you can fake that you have a tire balancer into your garage. So Steph from the LED Wheel actually prints these also. So you see his little logo there. So that was one of his first print that he actually did a test. The new ones are just a little bit better, but this one is still good. So what I want to do on this is actually put some chrome around the edges. And let's see. Like you can see, it actually spreads pretty good. want to make sure I don't go inside of it, but I want to make sure I do put some in the front. So I do want to get closer to the edge, but I'm going to use my 1mm. That's the main reason I have that. Yeah, it is kind of a flat chrome, so it makes it way easier. Nicer on the eye and not as shiny, especially for trucks. Some trucks. Some guys like shiny, but yeah, with the 1mm you can really get close to the other part and not having to worry of putting some on it and just spreading. And plus this is going to be underneath, so nobody's going to notice that, but there we go. Shake her up a little bit. Now I'm debating if I'm going to go inside or not, but I don't think I will. I want to stay on the outside. It is supposed to be a machine in the garage, so I don't want to put too much chrome, but I want it to look nice. But I'm probably going to weather that also, put some black spot on it, grease and so on, so make it look more greasy like a garage device. Should I do the back? I think we should do the back. I'm pushing on it to let the paint out so it's a little easier and it spreads better. Then I can use my 1mm to get closer to the edge. There we go. Thank you for being with me to watch paint dry. Actually, watch paint dry and paint being applied. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, guys. I really appreciate it, and it helps the algorithm of YouTube. But getting the one that goes in the spray gun would be kind of cool. But I'm just wondering how a messy job is it going to be to clean up, because this is volatile for fire, so it is pretty bad for catching on fire. So when you gotta use it in a well ventilated area and no flames. There we go. Try to do the knob. They show up a little bit more. Everybody likes a good knob. Here comes the jokes. Okay, so that's done like that. Lay that down, get the 1mm, get the back done. See you later, RC Nexter. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, this one is getting drier. I've been using this one for quite a bit, and you can actually hear the little knocking of the bead that's in there. So now I'm just trying to get a little closer to the edge to make it look like a nicer finish. Oh, maybe if I put the the device under the window, it'd be better for you guys. So I'm just trying to get closer to the edge just to make it look a little bit nicer. Doesn't show too much on camera. I should get a different color background for the ground. Makes the device or makes the thing sticks out a little bit better. I gotta experiment with different colors. Using a white is not good because it makes your camera bloom. But I'm sure I can find different colors. Maybe a green or a blue. There we go. Now I can find a sticker or something to put in there to make it look like a balance or gauges. Make it look good. I can print something up and actually put it in there. So I gotta look for that. But that's gonna look good. Now it's time to put it back where it went. So anybody going out there for crawling today? Any events going on this weekend? It is a long weekend for us here in Ontario. So tomorrow I might go out, have some fun on the trails. But this is kind of cool because in the fact that you can say, this will look good if we put a little bit of chrome on it. Or if you find something that says, hey, I need a touch-up or I need something, this pen is pretty cool. There we go. Tire balancer looks, I think, a little bit better now that it's got the chrome look to it. Here, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Maybe I should do an aluminum finish on here. Maybe it's going to make it look good if I do aluminum instead. This looks good in black. These are kind of cool. Tire balancer from Steph from the LED wheel. Put that in your scale garage. Looks good. Well, guys, thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions, don't be shy. Put them in the comments below about these pens. And I think it actually makes it look a heck of a lot better. You can see there with the lights how it actually makes it shine. It's actually reflecting the lights pretty good. So if I held it right, there you go. And yes, I did put the Tank RC sticker on the side. I was debating on putting on both sides, but I said, too much is too much. Sometimes too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So I just put one on one side. So have this on the table this way, and when people are walking by, they'll see my little sticker. So KBRC, doo-doo. Cool. Yes, it is the tire weight and tool tray. You've seen them in black and plastic in 1-to-1. Okay, so I might as well leave it black. Otherwise, maybe if I coat them with a rubber finish, make it look matte. But yeah, I gotta cut some little tiny pieces to make it look like it's some weights in there. Maybe put a grayish kind of, because the tire weights are actually gray. So if I do little tiny squares, and as I go I put them bigger, and I can find it looks like a pair of pliers. That's the tool to actually put them on. That would be a cool tool to have there on the side. I can always make one out of styrene. Pretty much anything can be made out of styrene that goes on there. So that's what I'll do for the tire balancer. But yeah, maybe leaving it black is good. Maybe changing the color on the bottom. Blue's not bad. I've seen some red machines, like the Snap-ons. But it all depends what color I want to make my garage. So there's a couple things I got to check and make sure. But thank you. Yeah, it is a very good pen, James. Thank you for the nice comment. And we'll be talking to you guys later. Take care. And oh, don't forget, go charge up some batteries and go out there and have some fun, because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun. So go out there and break something. Talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.